I wonder what Chelsea Pittman said to them in the locker room at halftime.
Something to do with culture, I reckon.
Yeah, this is not how Forest
This is not the Forest way.
My face at the gym is not nice.
Your face, wing attack, goal attack, hybrid.
Yeah. And first shot of the game was a super shot, and then she scored 4 in a row.
Welcome to season 1, episode 11 of...
Longer than 3 seconds.
Kind of threw you in there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Didn't really give you an opportunity.
I'm Rosie, and this is...
Ali.
Threw you in there.
There we go. And this is Margot, also on the sofa.
Yes.
Little cocker spaniel, a lover of netball.
Yes, she is.
We have had a busy week of netball. We've also had busy weekends. Actually, that's a lie. I had a Saturday where I did absolutely nothing.
Nice.
It was stunning.
Was well needed.
Yeah, I could write a book about how epic that. I could write an epic novel about how great my weekend was of... Well, I did do things on Sunday, but on Saturday... Nice. I also fought that guilt of, I could be doing so many things right now.
Yeah, what's it like, the lazy guilt or something? Yeah. Productivity guilt or something like that.
It got to like 6 p.m. and I was like, I haven't done anything. I haven't edited any podcast clips. I haven't been out of the house. I haven't done this. And I had to be reminded by girlfriend Katie that the whole point of rest day was to rest.
Mm-hmm. And did you feel better after it?
No, I went for a run, but then I felt better.
Okay.
I had to do something.
Yes.
And then I felt better.
Nice.
How was your weekend?
Yeah, good. So I went suit shopping this weekend with fiancé James for his wedding suit.
And there was success, right?
And there was success, yeah. It was looking very dapper. So if you're listening to this, James, you look great.
You shed a little tear, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It was quite emotional. Well, I'm an emotional gal.
Okay, fair.
The tears just come. But yeah, he did look great and it was emotional, yes.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yes.
I can't wait to see the final result.
I know. Not long now, guys. Like 4 weeks.
You're going to become a wife during season 2026 of Netball Super League.
I know, you guys aren't going to recognise me.
Be a whole new woman.
Yeah. But yes, let's talk about the games.
Okay, let's get into it. Let's go to round 9.
Yes.
Round 9.
So, first game of round 9 was Rhinos versus Forest. And they originally played in round 3 when there was a 10-goal difference towards Forest. They were the winners of that one. But that was the game that Jazz Brown went down with her Achilles injury.
Was it?
Yeah.
I can't believe that's now actually like quite a while ago.
Yeah.
Margot the dog just gave a big sigh. And I agree.
Yeah.
Big event.
But does that bring back some kind of like post-trauma from...
Potentially.
The previous game to the Rhinos players?
I do think it's really hard when you have to watch a player get injured and then carry on playing, but then also you are kind of probably having a bit of a flashback of the situation of when it happened.
I suppose it's not at the same location, so but yeah, it must be weird going back to play against the same people.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. It didn't come to my mind that was the situation, but yeah.
So we didn't have Yomi Wilson for Rhinos. There was a lower leg injury.
I was going to ask. I don't know where Yomi Wilson is, but I bet you all know where Yomi Wilson is. I made a note. No Yomi Wilson, and I thought, I'll ask where.
I'm the friend that's got everyone on Find My Friends, and I'm checking up on your location to find out where you are, what you're up to, how long you've been there. Are you having a good time?
That. Actually, yeah, when I went to Paris on my own, you sent me, I had a big little meltdown and I was like, what if it's going to be like taken?
Yeah.
Like, no one knows where I am. And you was like, I'm going to add you to this app.
Yeah, send me your location, babes. I'll get you covered and you'll be watched. Don't worry.
I appreciate it. But at least you knew where you was.
Yeah, I knew where she was. If you need any kind of FBI skills, get in touch, everyone.
We've got it here.
Yeah,
got it
the amount of people that I found like from nights out that my friends have like snogged on a night out and I've been like, I'll find them.
That is a skill.
I'll find them
That
online.
is the kind of friend that you need on these kind of situations. I respect that 100%.
Yeah. So anyway, back to the game. But we had Reed and Fisser back for Rhinos as well. So great experience. And actually, Rhinos came in hot. They came in so confident.
This was a really good game. The first quarter in particular, they were really fun to watch.
So fun.
I think we both said earlier, the shots, the passes were so powerful, but it looked it as well. I was like, okay, right, they're commanding. They know where they want to be. They want to get that ball. And it went up to 8-2 within 8 minutes to go. So what's that, 7 minutes into the game?
Yeah, and they just looked like they were having fun, like genuinely fun again.
Yeah.
And it was Reed on as goal shooter, Jones on as goal attack, and that combo I think worked really, really well. So then it was 11-5 before the super shot, and then Rolene just brought Nottingham Forest straight back into the game and it ended 15-15. But like, what a quarter.
I think it's really good for them as well, because they've had obviously a bit of a rough run. Last week we were saying obviously they had all of that leadership team out on the bench with some form of limb body related injury. So to have Reed and Samari back. And then to do that, it must have been a confidence rush.
Yeah, for sure. And they actually kept it up. So they came back for quarter two and they kept it up. It ended up 29-30 at half time. So only one in it. Forest were up. But I thought once again, well, this is hot Rhinos.
I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
We always like a close game. So you're always going to be far more hooked no matter the team when you see what the scoreline is. But for it to be Rhinos who've had a bit of a rough run, I was so down for it.
Against a team like Nottingham Forest that kept Pulse within one, or kept Pulse to extra time and kept Loughborough Lightning within one, to be, on par with them in this situation.
That's a good team to be. Because Forest are that one who keeps everyone on their toes. I think they've got that little bit of a, not dark horse reputation, but
bogey team.
Oh, a bogey team.
Have you heard of a bogey team?
Does that mean like you forget that they're there, but they're lurking?
Yeah, it's a bogeyman.
Yes.
And it's a team where you should beat them every time and you should thrash them or you should whatever. But actually, they like always seem to like have something over you.
Well, that's so interesting because we were saying that last week they hadn't actually won. They won round 8, but they hadn't won since round 3. And I was like, in my head, Forest have been winning. Like, I can't believe that they haven't won since round 3. But that's because they're always just there, just keeping everyone on the toes.
I was talking about Rhinos as a bogey team.
Oh, I thought Forest were the bogey team.
Sorry.
Well, I've really misunderstood that, but I'm still fine with it.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
So Rhinos are the bogey team.
Maybe they both are.
But bogey team versus bogey team. They're the bogey teams.
Yeah. Maybe that was why it was so close that first half.
Yeah.
It made sense.
Creeping up on each other.
Yeah. But what I did right is that Hannah Layton, she played so great, but her on Massa, so Hannah Layton's Nottingham Forest wing defence and Massa was playing wing attack for Rhinos. I could not deal with Hannah Layton. She was on Massa the whole time. She would be the worst person that I could play against because I would get so frustrated. She would get under my skin within seconds.
Is the kind of person who, even when the ball's on the opposite end, is still kind of...
She's all over you, like a rash.
She's not letting it rest.
Not at all. And there's no downtime for Hannah Layton. And that's what makes her so good. And that's what makes me an amateur. That and the fact that
that's why I'm playing outside. On a Wednesday night.
Exactly. And then I put there that Jada Peckerfer taking the overheads. Like, she's not the tallest goalkeeper, but blimey, does she get some height?
Oh, I love that word. Blimey. Yeah. Blimey, does she get some height? No, I think it was a really good showing. I think it was I saw the pre-match interviews from Lauren Palmer, the head coach for Leeds Rhinos. And she said in that, obviously the interview said something like, oh, you've done really well. You keep managing to keep these teams on your toes. Bogey team. That was going to my head. Know exactly what you mean. Pulse, you kept them, the quarter, you were only one... Was they ahead of a Pulse in the first quarter last week or something like that? And Lauren Palmer said back, we've shown that we can keep up for at least 2 quarters, half a game. The aim is to obviously make it so that we can keep it up for a full game. I just find it really interesting that in this game they did it again. Yeah, they did it again. And then the third quarter happened and Leeds Rhinos, they just fell apart, to be honest. Savage.
Yeah, it was
just
though.
Fell apart.
Nottingham Forest then went up by 14, so it ended 43-57. And Rhinos did take their tactical timeout to try and slow them down. But the ball speed of Nottingham Forest was...
It's
so
like they
amazing.
Woke up. I don't know. Did they have an energy drink on that half time?
I wonder what Chelsea Pittman said to them in the locker room at half time.
Something to do with culture, I reckon.
Yeah. This is not how Forest
This is not the Forest way.
Honestly. But yeah, the defensive pressure. I knew that player of the match was going to be Jada Peckerfer or Tash Pavlin from Nottingham Forest by the second quarter. So by the third quarter, when I saw that kick off, I was like, there is no way that it could go to anyone else. They were so great. And then in the last quarter, it was a new kind of situation again. Rhinos won that last quarter.
Yeah, they kind of came back alive again. It was such a mixed game. And I've kind of put a note here as well where I said, like, Rhinos, they played so good, but almost like too late. Yeah. If they'd have just kept that rhythm for the third quarter and the fourth quarter, this game could have been theirs. Yeah. Like 63-68.
Yes.
They were so... That's a couple of super shots and a single pointer. They could have really changed that.
And so it went, like you say, 14 down to only 5 down. Like, they smashed that quarter. They didn't just win that quarter. They smashed that quarter. Rhinos are playing out of their skin. So great. And then they got a bonus point.
Yeah.
And they were so excited about the bonus point. And that was really amazing for me to see as well, because it's like, it doesn't matter if you win or you lose, you can still be really proud of how you perform.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you lose within 5, then you can be extra proud with the bonus point. But
Yeah, for sure.
it's good mentality.
Really enjoyed that game, and I know that Forest won, but congrats to Rhinos on the bonus point.
Yeah, congrats. It was great because it actually really makes a difference with the league table now. So they're not standing alongside Panthers anymore. They have more points than Panthers. And that must be a really good feeling, rather than feeling like you're trailing last with someone. You feel like actually we're in a position a bit above. Game 2, so London Mavericks versus Manchester Thunder, and boy, wasn't this a game of two halves.
I really enjoyed that it was incredibly different, because I watched the first half before I washed my hair in the bath, and I watched the second half after I washed my hair in the bath, and I feel like it was 2 different baths.
Yeah, wow. Gosh, so we learned from London Mavericks that Eli Ratu is going to be out for the rest of the season, and so is Raz Kwashi from a knee injury, Raz. But we don't know anything about Eli.
I haven't seen anything. I'm not always one to have my ear to the ground, but I haven't seen any reason being given out publicly.
No, so she's out. So they had Ellie Sadler called up from London Pulse Next Gen, and she was their starting goalkeeper for Mavs. And as far as I'm aware, it's her debut to the NSL. I said this last time about a debut to the NSL, and we got
torn apart.
And that actually is a talking point in itself. Sometimes I feel like people maybe don't realise we are genuinely just learning.
Yeah.
Like,
this is a complete amateur podcast. That's the point. If you want the exact facts, please go somewhere else.
Yeah. Whereas if you want to sit with two people that just love netball and want to talk about what happened at the weekend, you're in the right place, my friend.
We've got no connections for journalistic information. We're going off what the commentators might have said.
Yeah.
What we saw, what we liked.
Try our best.
Try our best, and that's what's important.
Yeah.
But also, I do enjoy when people correct us in a lovely way.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't mind being wrong and then learning. But yeah, sometimes we get the odd message that is like, as if we should know, and I'm like, no, that's our brand, babes. We don't know.
Point. Our brand is consistent. We get things wrong every day.
But yeah, no, please do correct us. But yeah, just do it in a nice way because we're sensitive. Jesus,
so sensitive. Going off that though, I've noticed this as a running theme. Netball in general on social media, I find it to be quite a negative place, and I don't think that there's not a lot of joy there. There's not a lot of like happiness and good vibes in general. I think players sharing stuff, that's all great, and there's a lot of positive interaction with that because people like a player, so they'll interact with it. But in general, I think when people share an opinion on something netball related, or when they make a video about something that they enjoy about it, if people disagree with it, they don't just disagree in a, it sounds silly, but they don't disagree in a nice way. They only comment if they've got something negative to say. Yeah,
rather than like, oh, I loved that play, or yes, love this player, or like this games this weekend was so good, or can't wait for next weekend. It's not normally that type of response.
Yeah, I feel like people are more willing to say that person is overrated, or that person didn't do this right, or they shouldn't get picked, or that was a bad call, rather than, oh, that person's underrated. I've noticed that people will like if they like something, but they will only comment if they don't like something. Yeah. And obviously, this is not all netball fans.
No, and the ones that actually do write something nice. Like we had...
She makes our day.
It's Hannah...
Shed tears.
What's her TikTok
handle? Hannah Netball Lecter.
Yeah, which is funny, by the way.
Very funny.
But she did this whole reel about how she likes the podcast and stuff. Oh, gosh, like genuinely, that type of content...
You sent me it at work and I was like, oh,
it just makes my heart so warm. So I'm not like, we still obviously love the fact that people are talking and interacting with us and stuff like that. So please continue to do that. And like, if you are someone that's just like silently, like a Boogie listener, like silently in the background listening, come and engage with us, guys, because yeah, we love to hear from you, and we want a little community, really, don't we?
I just think it's nice. And I think this in general, if anybody's having a go at making something, just support them. I just think that, like, if I see something that I think is someone having a go at making social netball content, or they're like doing day in the life of me as a netballer, or I'm like, oh, go on you.
Yeah.
Do it. Put it out there.
Yeah, because we need more people to do that.
Yeah. This is how the sport grows.
It's
got this terrible reputation of being a sport, and I hate to use the word, but I don't mean it. I'm saying it's got this reputation of it, of being a bitchy sport. And I think the only way that we can break that down is within ourselves, by showing that we are a people of cheering each other on, of supporting, of making a safe community where everyone can kind of get it wrong, and that's okay. You can learn about the sport, ask a question, get something slightly factually incorrect. And the only way that we can do that is if we all do it.
Yeah. Well, I fall into that trap sometimes. I literally looked at someone at the gym the other day, such a dirty look, but she like smiled back at me, and I then had to completely go up to her and say, oh my God, I didn't mean to look at you like that. I just was obviously working out in my head, and I don't expect niceness. I don't know. Maybe I've got my back up in the gym. I feel maybe slightly anxious that I'm like not open to the niceness of someone else.
Your safe space, your safe face is almost blanked out negative because I'm
like, don't talk to me in the gym.
That's my safe protection.
Think of all the gym interactions that have been weird or creepy, right? My face at the gym is not nice.
Your face says don't approach.
And then I have this lovely girl smiling at me, and I'm like, oh God, I feel so bad. But yeah, it's that type of thing. Sometimes we don't mean to come across mean, but actually we can do something about that if we reflect and notice. And so we can all do that, I guess. Back to the conversation. So Mavs versus Manchester Thunder in Brighton. They last played in round 2, and Manchester Thunder won by 10 points. So it was really interesting because we're interested in what was going to happen today.
Will it be a repeat?
Yeah. So in the first quarter, Mavs were up by 4. So Inga started going for the super shot. She didn't get them. She started going for them.
She tried.
But Thacker found it, all of a sudden got 2 in a row, and then they were absolutely off.
She was playing well.
Yeah. I really felt like there wasn't much separating the teams at this point, except for the shooting accuracy, but that soon changed. So I thought it was great.
I thought that first half, I thought that they had it in the bag. And I think when they called halftime, Tamsin Greenway, her face was like giving nothing. She was so calm, so collected.
Yeah.
And I wonder if under her skin she was doing that, what's it called, the duck on the water, where on the top they look very calm and collected, and inside she's like, oh my God.
Yeah. But then, like you say, the first half was all great. So halftime, Mavs were 8 up, which is a brilliant. Susie Liversidge literally was the linchpin for Mavs. She was connecting the court. She was
everywhere.
Honestly, everywhere. Her footwork was insane. And now I've started noticing her. I cannot believe I went so long not noticing her.
I can probably slot in a real bit here somewhere where you said, I haven't noticed Susie Liversidge.
Yeah, do it, because it'll be good content. But honestly, it was fantastic. There was some great defensive moments from Manchester Thunder as well. But I did think that the matchup between Jamie Golob and Sophie Fawns was just brilliant. They just intercepted one after the other, each end. It was just so cool.
Sophie Fawns got some good interceptions in the centre third that were kind of like, I would never have expected them to have happened.
Well, she got an intercept from the Mavericks' Susie Liversidge, who is their wing attack.
Yeah.
So she ran from being goal attack at the other side of the centre court to intercept from the wing attack across court at the centre court.
And you've got to have read that's not game reading in the moment. That's game reading knowing what they were about to do.
Yeah.
She's clearly watched for the rest of the game up to that point and been like, I know exactly where this ball's going to go.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to mark my player. I'm going to sprint right across and I'm going to get in the way. She knew what was going to happen.
So at halftime, Mavs' shooting stats were 75% and Manchester Thunder's was 83%. So really not that much in it. 6 gains for Mavs, 5 gains for Manchester Thunder. There wasn't a lot separating the two of them, but Mavs were up. And I was so excited. Honestly, I was so happy for London Mavericks at that point. But halftime happened and the second game appeared. It felt like the whole new game started. At halftime, Lois Pearson went on to play goal attack instead of wing attack for Manchester Thunder. And Sophie Fawns came off, and I think that was a great call. But shortly into the second half, Emma Thacker went down with a shoulder injury after a tussle with McKevitt after a centre pass.
McKevitt came out unscathed.
Yeah, jokes. That's bless Emma Thacker, honestly. And it just all changed then. She went down and they were 7 up.
Completely changed the game.
Yeah.
Which kudos to Emma Thacker if she has clearly had that much of an impact on the game.
They then tried Amelia Hall in there. They tried Emily Andrew in there, and just nothing could penetrate the Manchester Thunder defence, honestly. Amelia Hall's had a rough start. She's had so many penalty calls. She couldn't sink the super shots. She didn't stay on for too long. And Mavs ended up calling their tactical timeout when they were still 5 up. And they called the tactical timeout.
They knew something was coming. It wasn't going their way.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, it just went away from them, and Manchester Thunder were 8 up by the third, and then 13 up by the last. So it just completely flipped.
It's so tough because you cannot get comfortable. You cannot get comfortable in these games, no matter what the score is. You can't relax.
You cannot relax.
You cannot relax, and Thunder did not relax. And I don't think Mavs did relax either, but it does just show you that there really is, I think, and I wonder if now we have this super shot that the games are just so unpredictable sometimes.
They're so unpredictable. I totally agree. If you're Sophie Fawns though, and you're seeing that after you've come off, I'd be a bit nervy. Knowing that they have 4 shooters.
Yeah.
They've got obviously Lois Pearson, Nat Metcalf, Sophie Fawns, Eleanor Cardwell, and you know the impact that Lois Pearson had. I think Lois Pearson should be starting 7 as a goal attack. I don't think it should be Sophie Fawns.
Now they've had this kind of situation, and I think you have to though. I know it's very easy for me to say this, not being Sophie Fawns in this situation, but you very much have to not get in your head in that sense. You have to see it as it wasn't my day.
Yeah,
I think I very much. If you've been seeing my Courtside Confidence series that I've been doing for the NSL, Neve McCall's advice on that was you have to think that your last game is not you. If you had a bad last game or something didn't go right, it is not you as a whole. That is just a game. And I think Sophie Fawns is an exceptional player.
she's amazing. But would Manchester Thunder want to have an import when you only get, I think, 2 imports each team to be sat on the bench?
This is so true. And also the problem is with Thunder is that they're all exceptional players.
They're so great. They're really
the talent
great.
is too high.
And maybe I'm calling this too early. I think, she had a really great start. She was hot at the beginning of the season, and she's just not performing like she was. And it's interesting because Manchester Thunder as a whole are.
Yeah, now performing, yeah.
So I don't know what's happening.
I think it's since that April Fool's, It really wrecked the confidence. Screwed her up.
Yeah. So Mavs missed 11 super shots, whereas Manchester Thunder only missed 3. And that is the difference.
47-60. That was the end result.
Yeah.
Panthers versus Pulse. This was a Panthers home game.
Yes. Yet they were wearing their away kit.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. I don't get it.
No,
I don't
me
get the rules
neither.
on the dresses.
No,
if
I
anyone
don't.
knows what the rules are on the dresses, let me know. Because I always think that. I've seen that a few teams have done that. And I'm like, why are you not wearing... Because this would be the perfect clash.
Yeah.
The pink and the blue. But fine.
So we found out that Tiana is going to be out for the rest of the season, which is Panthers' kind of goal attack. So she's had her hip surgery now. So they've got a new South African signing.
Yes, Samantha Ngubane.
Yes. So
Sammy
she's
Ngubane. I don't know if she goes by Samantha. She's
okay.
a Sammy, I think
Sammy.
I've seen on her Instagram. But she was great.
She was so good.
So fun to watch.
She was fun. She was creative. She's also tall. So although she's goal attack, I imagine she's pretty good at goal shoot as well.
Yeah, and she played kind of like a wing attack, goal attack hybrid.
Yeah, very cool.
So interactive, so great to watch.
And as if she's always been in the team. I don't know about you.
It wasn't
but
I think she flew over in the week.
Yeah.
To say that, I mean, maybe she didn't. Maybe that's the first we heard of it. But she kind of.
No, I think they said that she had 1 or 2 training sessions before the game with Panthers.
She was slotted in so well. And I don't know whether they play similar to maybe the team that she was playing on before. Maybe it's like a style thing. I don't know. But she slotted in and made that game. She made a presence. She made made an entrance.
Yes. And Panthers also had Gabby Coffey back in goal defence. She's been out since round 4 due to a back injury, so it was good to see her back on court. But yeah, I mean, it went as we expected.
Yeah, we thought it would be. I definitely obviously thought that Pulse would win. They did. That's not surprising.
They
this
did.
one. I think the Panthers did have moments of, I don't know what the word is, but moments of excellence. They did play really well at points, and it just felt like there just wasn't enough of that, maybe potentially. I think that the thing that sometimes just lets them down is that the super shot confidence. They don't seem to have that, and when you don't have that, and then they've got players on Pulse's side who, Sophie Kelly, Masako, who just get it.
Yeah.
You can't compete with that.
Agreed. Sophie Kelly had hot hands this week. She was so great. Yeah, so Pulse were 12 up after the first quarter and 15 up by half time. But at one point, Panthers were actually winning that quarter. Q2. They were
Q2,
winning
sorry.
part of their quarter, but yeah, it didn't last long, and Pulse like pulled it back again. And then I felt like after half time, Pulse just started playing, really. They got 25 points up by Q3, and then they had a right little shift around.
Yeah, they kind of did that thing. And I think that's also really demoralising when you are on the other team, when you realise that the other team are like, oh, we're winning by enough that we can play a little bit.
Yeah.
And when you're fighting for your life and they're like, you know what, just put her.
That happened with Aurora to us in this league. They were like messing about whilst they were playing with us, and then I ended up doing a massive contact because I was angry. I was like, don't just mess about. But yeah, no, it was kind of just messing about. So Zara Everett went on as goal defence. She's normally a wing defence. Adio came off, who's normally the goalkeeper, and Fumi went in as goalkeeper for that little play. And then Adio came back on as goal defence. And so, everyone...
then Darcy went as goalkeeper.
Yeah.
It all just, they just played. And I think... You know that when another team's doing that they're like, we have so much to play with. We're not even worried about you getting a bonus point.
Yeah.
Which is sad. There was some good stuff happening. Like Charlie Fiddler was putting her entire life on the line.
Yeah.
She almost took out an entire part of the court when she went through the boards.
Yeah, she did.
She always plays that well. I think there was moments where I was like, Panthers have got so much grit here and they just need to channel it right. I don't write them off. I think that there is so much there still.
So I looked into it at the end of the game because I was like, what is it that separates these teams? And Panthers had 8 unforced errors and Pulse had 9. So it's not that Panthers are making loads of mistakes or that, like, the shooting percentages for Birmingham Panthers was 77%, whereas Pulse was 83%. But Birmingham Panthers only shot 2 super shots, whereas Pulse shot 11. And when you start shoot, like, that number is going to make a big impact. But Pulse had more gains, more deflections, more centre pass receives, more intercepts, more pickups. So yeah, it wasn't a game of errors. It was a game of who can do the best.
Yeah. And unfortunately for Panthers, that was Pulse.
Yeah, and Gracie Smith got player of the match. She did 30 feeds, 8 deflections and 7 gains, and yeah, she played out of her socks. I wrote about her in the first quarter. Her pickups were just unbelievable. So she had a great game. It was good to see everyone having a bit of fun from Pulse.
Yeah. On that side. Can I ask, what do you classify? Sometimes you classify people as playing out their skin, and sometimes you classify them as playing out their socks. What's the deciding factor? Skin versus socks.
The deciding factor is the day. It's the day.
Just checking. I might start making a tally. Who played out their socks, who played out their skin.
You know what I'm on about anyway. Who cares?
The last game of the weekend was LexisNexis Dragons versus Loughborough Lightning.
Yes, they played in round 1. So first game for them both was against each other, and there was 15 in it. Loughborough Lightning won by 15. So yeah, I was interested what would happen, but McCall wasn't back. So I was like, oh, okay, I know where this is going to go.
Such a key player. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So this is her second week of being out, right?
Yeah.
Do we know yet why she's out? Or
No.
No, so we don't
But
know.
I did see she was at Paddle through her Instagram account. So
So it's not a shoulder injury.
or an ankle injury or anything. I'm like, what is going on with her? If she can play paddle, surely she could play netball. Get on the court, Neve McCall.
Wrong court.
Yeah. But Alice Harvey for Loughborough Lightning, their goalkeeper, is still out with an ankle injury. So Jo Noel was on the team sheet again, and she actually got played today.
Oh, okay, controversial. Yeah. Well, controversial from us. No one else thinks it's
Yeah.
controversial.
Everyone thinks that it's great.
Everyone else thinks it's great. We don't.
Yeah. So yeah, it was goal for goal. It was like 10-10, 11-11, 12-12 for the first quarter, and then the super shot started.
Yeah.
So guess what happened?
It went really, really well for Lightning.
Yes. Yep, Sammy Wallace-Joseph. There was a turnover, they got the 1 point, then they got the super shot, then there was a turnover, and then they got the 1 point, then there was a super shot. It just was absolutely prolific from Sammy Wallace-Joseph. And Loughborough Lightning ended 7 up, so it was 13-20 to Loughborough Lightning after the first quarter.
It does make me a little bit sick watching Sammy Wallace-Joseph because she just looks so effortless.
Yeah.
I just love to be that good at something that I could just look that effortless.
Well, I'll hold you there.
Okay. Pause me.
Pause you there. In the third quarter, Sammy Wallace-Joseph missed 4 super shots in a row from a certain spot.
I would be checking her bloods.
Yeah.
That is out of character. What's the
she all
vitals?
right?
Is she okay? What's she coming down with?
But also really interesting for other teams to know so that they want to push her to that place in the super shot area
Was it all from the same spot?
Yes, and from the same sport. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So she's got an Achilles heel.
Yeah.
She's got an Achilles
Poor
part
Jazz
of the D.
Brown.
Oh, sorry.
That was in distaste.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That was
Yeah.
stumbling about words. I'm so sorry, Jazz Brown. That was not for you. She has got another weakness-related metaphor that I will slot here.
Perfect. Yeah, so then at halftime there was 18 in it. I mean, Loughborough Lightning really pulled away in the second. In the third, it was 20 in it. And then actually, in the third, we had Zoe Matthewman come on. And the commentators were asking for her to come on at halftime, were saying she's great at range, but I've never seen her in action.
Okay, neither have I.
So anyway, she did actually come on and she was brilliant. First shot of the game was a super shot and then she scored 4 in a row.
So she's definitely got that McCall-like super shotting ability.
I know, but then they took her off and put Roe back on and then put her on again for the super shot time. And I think that's kind of harsh because I'm like, she's got so much work to do.
You're taking away the rhythm as well.
Yeah.
When you get like warmed up and into it, to remove someone to put them back on is kind of weird behaviour.
And I do think a rotating circle and having 2 super shot threats is the way forward. I think we have learnt that now.
Yeah,
We're in
we know that works.
round 9. We should know that by now. That is what works. Having a holding shooter, I think, is starting to become outdated.
Old-fashioned.
Right, I'm going to say it.
Oh! Just go and say it. Right, you're going to say it?
Right, I'm going to say it. I think having a holding shooter in the Super League with super shots is outdated.
Okay. I think you might be right. I think it's very obvious. It's not the same netball. It's different netball. So
And
you
I'm
have to
not
have different
saying
ways of
that,
doing it.
for example, Georgia Rowe is bad at her job, because as soon as she started moving, she was brilliant.
Yeah.
But I think you cannot just be a standing holding goal shooter anymore.
Especially not in that last 5 minutes.
And you have to be able to shoot the super shot.
Yeah. And that is the thing. That is the key difference that we're seeing between these teams now, is there's the teams who get the super shots and they have the super shot players and they can shoot from all sorts of ranges. And then you have the other teams which are almost quaking in their boots when they know they have to take a super shot. And you can see it in some of their eyes.
See it.
Like, oh God.
You can so see it.
And I think, you know, as a defender, I can't comment, but also I'm not a professional netballer and that's what I do. I sit on the sideline and I watch through the screen.
Yeah.
They need to have that ability to do both.
Yeah, and so Dragon's shooting success was at 98%, whereas
actually
Loughborough
crazy.
Lightning... Huh?
That's crazy.
Yeah, whereas Loughborough Lightning was at 93%. And so you're kind of
Wow.
wondering, how did Loughborough Lightning win by 20 points? And it's because Hannah Joseph feeds that ball into the D a billion times in the hour.
She's working overtime.
Yeah, she's an overachiever. She got player of the match. They said that she had the most amount of feeds into the circle of the league so far in a game, all bar her own. So she did 40 feeds in this game, and that's the highest, but she also did 40 feeds in another game.
Do you think that she's the kind of player who is actually annoyed that she didn't beat her own record?
Probably.
Yeah, overachiever.
Yeah.
A stars across the board. Just know it.
Bless her. But now Loughborough Lightning have got a guaranteed top 4 spot.
Which must be a feeling of, I don't know, relief is the word, but they could technically relax now.
Yeah.
They won't. They 100% won't because it's Loughborough Lightning.
So I looked
But
up
they could.
when was the last time a team went through the Netball Super League undefeated, and it was 2022, Manchester Thunder.
Right.
They won the grand
And they won
final.
the
They
grand
went,
final.
went
Yeah.
all the way through undefeated. I wonder if Loughborough Lightning are going to do it. I know I said that someone's going to beat
think
them.
that they will go at least undefeated. I don't know if they'll win, but I think they will go undefeated the way that they're playing at the moment. But time will tell.
Well, they're playing Pulse next week, so we'll see.
Okay, so where does that leave us? What is the league looking like?
No change.
No change.
Yep. So another week where there's no change. So first place, Loughborough Lightning, then Pulse, then Manchester Thunder, then Nottingham There's Nottingham Forest, London Mavericks, LexisNexis Dragons, Leeds Rhinos, and Birmingham Panthers. I think the main kind of thing from that I want to bring is the fact that there is an 8-point difference between 4th and 5th place. So between Nottingham Forest at 18 and London Mavericks at 10.
Which is significant because it's that top 4 that makes all the difference, right? So that's where the line is drawn. For anyone who hasn't followed the Netball Super League before, the top 4 teams go into the playoffs, which then there's a very intricate system of how it works, but basically you've got a chance of getting to the final if you can get in that top 4. So for there to be an 8-point difference is actually quite significant. That's at least 3 game wins difference, which we have, 6 games left?
I don't know how many left, but yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot to win, and the teams that are ahead of you need to lose a few.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting stuff. Do we have any exciting games?
We've got loads. So Saturday at 6 p.m. we've got Dragons versus Nottingham Forest. And I think with how Zoe Matthewman played, I would be shocked if she doesn't get more playtime in this game. So who knows about that one? I would probably put my money on Nottingham Forest, but you never know.
You never know.
Then Saturday as well, we have 7:30 game, Rhinos versus London Mavericks.
Okay.
Who would you put your money on?
I would put my money on Mavericks if they play like they played in the first half of this week's game.
Even without Emma Thacker?
Even without Emma Thacker.
Okay.
I think what got them there wasn't just that Emma Thacker was great, but also the disruption. And I think without that, if they can have a whole game where they keep the rhythm, I could see them doing a really good game.
Then on Sunday, we've got a 6 p.m. London Pulse versus Loughborough Lightning.
I'll be there.
Oh, will you?
I'm going Copper Box, yeah.
Oh, nice.
I have a little gym session booked in London, and then we're going to go to the Copper Box and treat myself to a little netball viewing.
That's good. I've purposely not going to go and see it because I think I will have to probably actually find out the score before I watch it because I don't think I could get through it as a Pulse fan.
You have to do that. You have to. This is
can't.
part of being a fan.
I
If you're a
can't.
committed Pulse fan, you have to go through the stresses of it.
I can't. Life's too short. I just can't.
No, you need to let your heart rate raise.
Yeah. Anyway, and then Monday, because it's a bank holiday, we've got a 6 p.m. game, which is Manchester Thunder versus Panthers.
Just to say, can we just address the fact that we did complain when they were all on one day and they seem to have listened? I mean, I don't know if they already had planned, but that's a beautiful...
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, that's lovely. That
Yeah.
I can do. That I can catch up on in good time and watch them live.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Right, so amateur hour. We are in our netball kits. I'm in my very blue today, actually. Didn't realise quite how blue I was, but we're going to netball after this recording.
We are, and we're playing top of the league.
Oh, wait. Oh, God, I never
Yeah.
know. Rosie is captain on a Monday night.
And that's the only reason that I know who we're playing is because I have to tell everyone who we're playing.
I show up. I sometimes check the description in the group chat. Sometimes I don't.
Yeah, and I have to then tag her to make her reply.
Most of the time, though, I am actually available. It's more annoying when you have to tag someone and they actually can't play.
Agreed. But what I've started to do is at the head of the season say these are the fixtures which can you come and which can't you come to, so that people don't have to tell me each week because I just guess, because if they have said they can't play, then I'm assuming they can play.
Yes.
And actually I'm not looking for people to do anything then.
Kind of like when you're on your driving test, you should always presume forward unless stated otherwise. You should always presume attendance unless stated otherwise.
Yes, exactly.
I like that. And I do respect you and appreciate you very much.
Oh. And then, last week, what went down?
What did we do last week? What did we have? I can't remember who we played. Did we play?
Yeah, we won. We played against Bells on a Monday last week.
Well, it went great.
Did we win?
I don't remember.
I can't actually remember.
Oh my God. How does a week feel so long sometimes? Yeah. But we definitely had fun.
Yeah, we did.
Clearly nothing terrible happened, otherwise we would remember.
No, but something that is happening.
Things.
Yeah, something that is happening this week is our mid-season launch party
for the podcast, and oh my God, I'm a little bit now reaching the point where I'm a little bit nervous, a little bit excited.
So nervous.
I've tried to pretend that I'm not nervous at all, so I don't pass it on to you because
we've been avoiding asking about how each other's been feeling about it. I have noticed that. Yeah. I have noticed that because I am also equally, probably more anxious. You've done hosting before, can I just say?
A little bit. I've never hosted my own event. So I've been, for those of you who don't know, I do a little bit of women's sports presenting in my free time, but it's not my main job. But I've only ever been like, oh, can you host this panel or can you do this interview? But I've never had the pressure of it being my event, my written panel, do you know what I mean? Like, so this is all ours. So, but I think we will do great.
Yeah, I don't know. I really hope so. I keep reminding myself something that you said at the beginning when I said I was nervous. And you said, what's the worst that's going to happen? It's people that like netball in a room and there's going to be pizza. And I was like, that is true.
I am full of wise words.
I bet you can't even remember saying that to
Can't
me.
remember saying it.
But it really stayed with me because I literally thought, yeah, that is true. What am I going to say on stage that's going to be terrible? Because also we know pretty much everyone in the room.
Yeah.
And if I don't know them personally, then you know them.
Yeah.
And they can't be that bad if you know them and
Exactly.
you've invited
I've already
them.
vetted them.
Yeah. So I just think it's got to be fine, surely.
Also, someone once said something to me that has lived with me very much when I first did anything to do with like podcasting or anything like that. And I was so nervous, and I was doing an event and I was having to go on stage, and I was like, I'm so nervous, and we were doing it together. And she was like, but I'm going to be with you. And I was like, yeah, but what if I don't say the right thing? What if I screw it up? And she was like, I'm going with you. Why would I let you struggle? If you've run out of words or you can't say anything, I will take the mic for you. I will take the next sentence.
Yeah.
And same, if you see me struggling, you will take it. She was like, at no point will we just stand there and stare into the void. And I was like,
it's true.
that's very true. That
Yeah.
would never happen. That's the point of doing things together. So it will be fine.
Yeah.
But I think it's safe to say now, we have managed to somehow convince the managing director of Netball, Claire Nelson, to come be on our panel and do silly things with us.
Yeah, we have. And that's what makes me even more nervous as well. But I keep saying to myself once again that she is just a human being.
She's a very wonderful human being.
She's just a human. And, you know, the therapist inside of me is actually kind of enjoying it as well, having to practice what I preach and going out of my comfort zone and being brave and kind of putting myself in situations that I push a lot of my clients in. Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm very proud of you. You're doing very well at pushing yourself out of that comfort zone.
It's because of you. I thank you for that.
Well, I take that I don't take that lightly, because I think you've put a lot. I'm just going to say it. This is just us bigging each other up. I just think you're great. But I think it'll be fun. And we've managed to get very much gone down the route of rejection therapy.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to ask brands that I know are involved with the Super League and be like, this event is meant to encourage women to listen to the podcast. Actually, not just women, men too. Anyone, listen to the podcast, but also go watch a game, get yourself into netball, into the Super League. So I went to some brands and I said that, and I was like, this is what our aim is. Oh my God, the generosity. We've got Flyhawk have donated us some netballs that we can give away. The local pizza place have given us some vouchers that we can give people. We've got Hustle who are giving away some period products, and we've got some tickets to the grand final.
And Alanda donating a pair of boots.
Oh my gosh. Soft and Gentle have given us loads of products.
You name it. We have asked and they have graciously.
I feel like such the little people who have kind of gone and been like, excuse me. And then they've gone, yeah, of course, we'd love to help. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
I think you forget, and I forget, I think people forget, that netball's actually quite small.
Yeah.
And that there is just one other person that on the other side of that Instagram account, or just one person that is manning that inbox.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they want to get involved?
Yeah. So next week, Amateur Hour will be probably a debrief on whether this went quite well. We've invited everybody from the community. We're running a boot drive. So for bringing anyone who can bring a pair of shoes that can go towards someone in the area who cannot afford shoes to play sport. So we've got a little community drive there. And overall, I think if everything goes at least semi to plan, I think it'll be a beautiful evening.
It will be.
And if at the worst, it'll be pizza, people talking about netball in a room of people we like. So.
Yeah. Keep saying that to myself.
So
anyway,
on that note, I think we've talked for longer than 3 seconds. We've got a lot to prepare for this week.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Thanks for joining. Bye.